Hey guys, today we're going to be going over some super simple stuff, just how to create buttons that when you hover over them, or just any area that when you hover over them, it changes size, and we're going to use transform and scale to do that. So first, let's write out the structure in the HTML doc. So I'm working in VSC, Visual Studio Code, so I can just type an exclamation mark and then push enter and get the HTML skeleton. And then the edits I want to make is I want to add a link, and I want to link my style sheet that's to the right, stylesheet.ss or CSS. And then inside of the body, I want to go ahead and add two divs. So the first div is going to be of the class smaller, and in Visual Studio Code you can just write the element and then a full stop to write the class, or a pound symbol to create the ID. So for this one, we're just going to have an anchor. We're not going to set a class. We're going to set the href to pound symbol. So just set to nothing, and we're going to set the text to smaller. So we can go ahead and save already. And I'm going to go ahead and refresh my live server. So in Visual Studio Code, one of the extensions is live server. As you can see, I already have it installed, but you can go here and install it if you don't and you want to use it. So if you right click, you can go to open with live server, and then here you can see that we have an anchor of smaller. So this is the default what anchors look like. They look like a linked text. So let's just go ahead and get the other div, which we do want to have a class. So this div is going to be of the class bigger. And then inside of it, there's going to be an anchor. The anchor is going to go to nothing, and it's going to say bigger. So we can go ahead and save this, and now you see we have bigger and smaller. And that's all we're going to touch in HTML. We can now hop over to CSS for the rest of this tutorial. So first, let's set some global settings. So we're just going to set the margin to 10 pixels. You can see how it spaces out a little bit. Next, we want to mess with the anchors. And for the anchors, we want to write text dash decoration, and we want to set it to none. And if you go ahead and save this, save that, you can see that there is no longer a line. The text is no longer underlined. You can also change text. We can also change color to be black. Now they are black. And then now we can start with our classes. So to specify a class in CSS, you write a full stop and then start with smaller. And first, the smaller class, we want the background to be, let's go with cornflower blue. Go ahead and save. Now you can see it's cornflower blue. We're going to set the max width to 150 pixels. Let's set that to 100 if that's that big. There we go, 100 pixels. And then we can set, for the smaller class, we can set a hover, and we're going to specify that we want it to transform, and we want the scale to be, let's say 0.5. So that means it should get half the size it is now when we hover over it. So if you look, when we hover over it, it shrinks. And then we just want to copy this, and we want to change this to bigger. We want to change this to bigger as well. And let's change this to 1.5. Let's go ahead and change the background to something else, just to liven it up. Let's just do gray. So here now when I tap on this, it gets 1.5 times bigger. When I tap on this, it goes down to half the size. So that's a super nice way to make buttons look real and look interactive